Welcome back to On the Sticks, where we provide you with the information you need so you can spend more time on the sticks. I'm Sticks, and apparently there's a PlayStation Game Pass in the works. But is it too good to be true? I'll be reading from the Bloomberg article. I'll be sure to leave a link to it down below in the description. Be sure to check out the whole article, give them the click, and check it out. The service, codenamed Spartacus, will allow PlayStation owners to pay a monthly fee for access to a catalog of modern and classic games. That the people who asked not to be identified because they weren't authorized to speak to the press about the plans. The offering will likely be available on the smash hit PlayStation 4, which has sold more than 116 units, and its elusive successor, the PlayStation 5, would launch more than a year ago, but it's still difficult to buy due to supply chain issues. Okay, that sounds reasonable there. Of course, they want to make it available on the PS4. So many people have the PS4, and of course it's going to be on PS5 because that's their new console. It would be stupid for them to just have it on the 4 or the 5 and leave that other demographic of people out. You know, even though they want to transition more and more to PlayStation 5, with Sony being all about generations, I'm not surprised that it will be on both since it's just a subscription service or whatever. And of course, the person that's speaking on it doesn't want to be named in it. You know, they can't be named giving out this info. If the info is true, we still don't know if it's true or not. Oh, this could be made up, you know. We just have to wait and see. When it launches, expected in the spring, the service will merge Sony's 2 existing subscription plans, PlayStation Plus and PlayStation Now. Currently, PlayStation Plus is required for most online multiplayer games and offers free monthly titles, while PlayStation Now allows users to stream or download older games. Documents reviewed by Bloomberg suggest that Sony plans to retain the PlayStation Plus branding, but phase out PlayStation Now. Again, this sounds reasonable to me. They should have been phased out PlayStation Now and combined it into PlayStation Plus. People are always looking for a reason to pay for PlayStation Plus. That would have been a great reason why right there. Combine PlayStation Now with that. Even if they were not trying to do their own Game Pass type of thing, I think they should have been added PlayStation Now to PlayStation Plus. I don't know a single person that has PlayStation Now, but I know everybody basically has PlayStation Plus. I feel like that's a missed opportunity to get people into that PlayStation Now ecosystem. It says expected to launch in the spring. I would be very surprised if this launches in the spring, unless it's something they've been working on for a while, which it very well could be something that's been in the works and we're just now hearing murmurs about it, even though I feel like it's been a foregone conclusion that they would eventually have something to try to compete with Game Pass. I know they kind of had something like that with the PlayStation Plus collection for PS5 owners, but it's nothing like Game Pass. It's nothing like Game Pass. I always wanted to check out PlayStation Now, but never got around to it. Previously, I thought it was too expensive, not worth, but I still just couldn't bring myself to pay for that subscription for PlayStation Now on top of PlayStation Plus. But if they're together and I have to have PlayStation Plus, I wouldn't mind paying a little more for a PlayStation Now subscription combined with it, but I just couldn't dish out the money for it separately. I just didn't see the need to have it, even though I would like to have it as an added benefit of PlayStation Plus. Details on Spartacus may still not be finalized, but documentation reviewed by Bloomberg outlines a service with 3 tiers. The first would include existing PlayStation Plus benefits. The second would offer a large catalog of PlayStation 4 and eventually PlayStation 5 games. The third tier would add extended demos, game streaming, and a library of classic PS1, PS2, PS3, and PSP games. A representative for PlayStation didn't immediately respond to a request for comment. To me, that's the most interesting part of the article. You know, people have been clamoring for a way to play older PlayStation games, PS1 games, PS2 games, PS3 games, and I guess PSP games, you know, and they had the whole thing earlier about them closing down those older storefronts. Maybe this is why they was closing them down. They knew they was working on something like this, and still having those storefronts active, they felt like it would take away from this subscription service thing they're trying to figure out. With it being 3 tiers, I'm not surprised. You know, there's been talks about Microsoft going to something similar to this as well, a tier system. I could believe that. First tier would include just PlayStation Plus benefits. That's fine. I say keep that like that for the people that just want their PlayStation Plus, don't want to feel like they have to spend more money than they already do, unless they end up raising the base price of PlayStation Plus, which I don't see how that would benefit them. If anything, I would lower the base price of PlayStation Plus, but just the first tier, I would lower it down, you know, to kind of entice people to spend a couple of extra bucks for the next tier. And what was in the second tier? Second tier would offer a catalog of PS4 games and eventually PS5 games. I think that's pretty much the Game Pass when the Game Pass stuff would come in right there. I wonder, would it include day and date releases though, like Xbox does? Or would they save that for tier 3? That's the next question. And how much would all this cost? What would the different tiers cost? You know, if it's something crazy expensive. You know, recently Nintendo launched their Nintendo 64 expansion pass for their online service or whatever. And I think that it's very overpriced for what it is. And I feel like a lot of people felt the same way when Nintendo announced theirs. And the fact that it's that expensive and it's not working at launch didn't make it any better. So I feel like if it's reasonably priced and it's legit what they're saying in the article, I feel like this could be a very big thing for Sony and something they definitely need to compete with Game Pass. But like I said, it still comes down to pricing. It comes down to what games are actually available. It comes down to if new releases are available day one, like on Game Pass for Xbox. I think that's really a big thing. And part of me really don't see Sony doing that. You know, Sony love their first party exclusive games. They hold them very, very dear. I don't really see them putting them on this service the day they launch, unless this service is about to be expensive. That's about the only way I can see them adding it. But I'm also interested to see what actual classics are available. Is it going to be like the full library some kind of way, which I don't really see happening? A full library, at least not at the start. Maybe they'll add titles over time like Xbox does. But if they have a good launch library for all these systems, then I think that could justify the price as well. But if it's a crazy price and then you don't have games at the launch, nobody's going to go for it. I don't think it's just going to be a bunch of backlash, a bunch of angry consumers. But yeah, I'm very interested to see more about Project Spartacus and what it's actually end up being called. I say just call it PlayStation Game Pass. Just call it that. I feel like Sony does a good job of keeping simple names for their things. You know, we got PlayStation 1 to PlayStation 5, PlayStation Portable, you know. So I don't think it's gonna have any kind of crazy name. Shoot, I wouldn't be surprised if we see more subscription services included with it, since they purchased, what was it Crunchyroll? They purchased them, if I'm not mistaken, and whatever little partnership they got with Discord, we might could see something included with that. And who knows what other things Sony might have up their sleeve to try to keep up with Game Pass. You know, Game Pass is a great deal and it's running off in this race with subscription wise between Microsoft and Sony. You know, they just have nothing to compete with that subscription wise. So let me know down below in the comments what you guys think of Project Spartacus. Do you think this is something that's going to be real? What are your concerns about it? What's your price points? Which tiers you're going for? Drop it down below in the comments. If you guys enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a like, subscribe, comment, share it with your friends, and be sure to check back here daily for more content from us at OnThaSticks. Thanks.